That's what Tanyoyo found in the ancient records.
The stone statues had no thoughts, no feelings. Their shattering meant nothing. But one day, they became aware of pain, their sorrowful cries filling the air. Chroma heard their cries and gathered the stone statues' fragments. She bound them with amber, then wrapped them in wood and grass. This eased their pain, and thus we were born.
Those amberwood fragments Miss Jin asked us to find, could they be a way to heal you? Is that why you've been sighing? It must hurt a lot.
Nikki, we should talk to Miss Jin. Maybe there's another way to help them.
Amber naturally fuses with other matter, growing and shedding on its own. But the chroma faces use pickaxes to harvest it, damaging the stone statues. The lunar rapture left us unable to heal. And lately, a particularly persistent individual has been excavating all the amber. They've even stolen ancient texts.
Yeesh! Talk about greedy!
They say that treasure hunter is a strange one. After mining the amber, he heads deep into Kongming Gorge, where no chroma faces dwell. Do you think we might find him there?
If we return the amberwood fragments that were taken, maybe it'll ease their pain.
Exactly! They even said they'd share some of the amber from the fragments they collected to say thank you. With those, I might be able to finally escape from Momo's belly!
Alright, let's go looking.
I heard them say our voices cause chroma faces great pain. We share the same origin. We were born of stone statues. Therefore, we are forever bound in agony.
Wait, you're saying the chroma faces are also made of stone? Like you?
I'm sorry, Nikki. They're too tired to speak anymore.
Then we have to hurry. Let's find that treasure hunter and return the Echo Wood's healing amber.
Discern its color and grain, then chisel. If I use that method to read the grain's direction in reverse, it should make the moon chip apart faster. I asked Bai Chao Hall to deliver the materials for the cauldron to cover my tracks, but it backfired instead. So strange. Those materials shouldn't have exploded without the amberwood fragments I collected as a catalyst. Harming others is wrong, and harming good people is even worse. If you've done wrong, admit it. If you know your mistake, then correct it. From now on, I'll get my own hands dirty.
Just like when the package exploded.
Just one more strike, and the moon will shatter. Then, I'll seal it inside my cauldron. If I hadn't read that ancient text, and hadn't entered that strange place, I would have been deceived by Chroma and the moon forever, until I turned back to stone.
He wants to completely devour the moon. We have to stop him. Shigandang?
Nikki, I'll hold this guy down with everything I've got! The rest is up to you!
Hello y'all, welcome back to yet another episode of Cosmic Briefing Through Downloads Tarot Tea Table. I am your host, Clarity. Thank you for joining me. Let's go ahead and dive right in. With that, please remember energy is fluid, so please only put it where it fits and let the rest sit and let it marinate for those who really need it if for some reason it does not fit. And that's totally fine. I have tons of readings. You can scope those out. They're all timeless. What I mean by that is, like, for instance, I started these particular downloads on January 31st. Okay? Today is February 6th. You could find this video on, you know, October 2nd, and it'll apply. Just put it where it fits. It could apply to your past, your present, your future. Again, remember energy is fluid, and so I could pull a King of Swords and be talking about your Aunt Marjorie, okay? We don't assign gender to cards here. So he could be a she could be a he, they could be a they, the roles could be reversed. Just put it where it fits. All right. The angel numbers that we're going to be dissecting today are 31, which I've seen over 10 times, by the way, and 444. As for 31, as we know, 3 is related to Jupiter, so Sagittarius and Pisces domicile, Gemini and Virgo detriment, Cancer exalt, Capricorn fall. As for 1, that is related to the Sun, so Leo domicile, Aquarius detriment, Aries exalt, Libra fall. I feel like, especially with 3, because it relates to the Empress, right? That is the 3rd major arcana in the tarot deck. There is a focus on having more confidence in your creative endeavors right now. Okay? I feel like the angels, the divine, especially, they want you to specifically focus on integrating your passions as well as your natural talents and abilities. This is what's going to bring you the most success as well as happiness. If you're already doing this, the divine wants you to keep going. Know that they're proud of you. Please do not give up and always dream big. I feel like y'all, kind of like layering on to that, y'all can be incredibly self-critical. And it's to the point to where you can actually pinpoint all of your strengths and weaknesses for the most part. I mean, granted, not all of us are 100% self-aware all of the time, but I feel like you are so self-critical that you pick yourself apart. Both the good and the bad. You can use this to your advantage, but please be gentle on yourself. It's better to pick apart the good than it is to, you know, keep instilling these seeds of doubt into your noggin. And what I mean by pick apart the good is focus on the good and why it was good and the details there. All right. I feel like someone here has many timers on their cellular device, and if not, you could probably really benefit from some. Many of y'all are simply watching tarot for entertainment right now, and that is exactly how it should be. Outside of shadow work, it really does not need to be that serious. I feel like y'all are learning how to discern what is your intuition versus any sort of anxiety or fear-mongering, especially if you're watching any pick of cards. People around you are noticing how unusually prepared you seem to be. You're seemingly always 10 steps ahead of where they actually think you are. But I also get that you're a very private person. And interestingly enough, if something seemingly goes awry, you almost always have a plan. And it seems like you're really good at acting out of resourcefulness as well as resilience. That could be really surprising. I feel right now many of you are working through these 3 models of attachment, and that is conditional and invalidating attachment, relational repair, which is essentially rupture and then reunion, as well as unconditional grounding. Whew. Your psyche is trying to analyze these right now, especially through the dream state. Okay, with the conditional and invalidating last reading, we had gotten the King of Cups in reverse. And the main theme here has been teamwork makes the dream work, right? And we've been saying that this theme is essentially going to be exploited until it's hammered into our noggins. And there are going to be, what was it? 3 different lessons with 4-month increments for each lesson. Finances was one, communication was the following one, and compassion and understanding was the third. If you are unsure of what I'm talking about, please feel free to go watch the last reading. You'll understand more so. Okay, but yeah, the conditional invalidating, I feel like that was relational to the King of Cups in reverse. Whereas when you think of unconditional grounding, it's that nurturing quality as well as the, how do I want to say, the balance of logic and nurturing, of nature and nurture, much like the Emperor, right? Relational repair, I feel like that heavily related to the Knight of Cups. So I feel like these are kind of some themes that y'all are working through right now, the models of attachment here. Any important colors right now for you, or colors that you could do color therapy with, would be gold, emerald green, scarlet red, and deep purple. Now, as for the symbolism of gold, you can see this as situations in which, I'm actually going to turn on my fan real quick because my incense is blowing hella. Thank you. Thank you for being patient with me. So the symbolism of gold, you can see this as financial investments and security, divinity, wisdom and enlightenment, luck and blessings, elite or celebrity status, beauty. It can be directly representative of the sun god Ra. Could also be directly representative of the sun, which makes me think of Leo. I feel like this could also be how others see your aura is in that golden light. Hooey! Hooey! I'm gonna put this... Oh, put that right there. That is blowing smoke in my face. Okay. Those incense. So, this incense, I don't know if y'all care, but it's from Better Homes, I believe, and it's full moon. That's the scent. It smells amazing, and it's a cone. Look at how much this bitch smokes. Look at that. My Palo Santo's already out, and this just keeps going. Anyway, I digress. I feel like gold could be the color that others may see your aura as, which is super rare. This can also bring forth the idea of the golden chakra, which can relate to when the solar plexus chakra and the crown are not only open, but connected directly to the divine. And in that, right, can represent divine consciousness, but it has to be both of those. And sometimes the third eye. Add the third eye in there. Sometimes the third eye. I feel like self-confidence and, you know, the whole idea of spiritual concepts rather than enlightenment itself are really at the forefront right now. Some stones and crystals that can help you are citrine, golden tiger's eye, yellow sapphire, and obviously gold. I feel like another thing that'll help you, kind of going back to the color therapy, is golden light therapy. Here's the teaching. So, when in meditation, one is to visualize divine golden rays or beams of light flowing through and connecting the heart chakra, the solar plexus chakra, and the crown chakras for spiritual connection and enhancement. I feel like many of you are so radiant and beautiful, but you carry a lot of sadness in your eyes, and people want to know why. Oh my gosh, I just heard nothing gold can stay like love or lemonade. And that's from Music to Watch Boys To by Lana Del Rey. I've been getting so much Lana Del Rey lately. I don't even really listen to her anymore. She's all over my Reddit feed too. Which I'm surprised, I don't think she's released anything lately. So good for her. Let's see. Moving on to emerald green. This can bring forth symbolism of the heart chakra, unconditional love, which we've been talking about. Let's see. Definitely emotional healing and reference to emotional quotient and intelligence in general. I feel like through rejuvenation or through giving oneself love, this acts as reinforcement to the bridge of natural harmony and leads to spiritual abundance. Okay? Even if, I feel like personally the whole concept of you need to love yourself first is bullshit. There is nothing wrong with still giving yourself that self-care and rejuvenation and giving yourself the same love and affection that you would give someone else. And I feel like doing that is what actually leads to learning how to love oneself, or at least value oneself. I feel like some crystals that could help you right now are definitely deep green aventurine, emerald, jade, banded malachite, and of course bloodstone and heliotrope. Okay, bloodstone and heliotrope are the same thing, by the way. Carrying these specifically will help heal the heart chakra, bring in financial abundance, and increase both luck when it comes to new opportunity, as well as luck through protection, through divine intervention, followed by blessings and rewards after that divine intervention. Crazy. Let's see. I feel like the whole concept of, healing can bring forth prosperity as a reward for emotional balance and understanding one's own inherent value is definitely a message here. You are going to get some type of reward for doing all this work, because it's not easy. Music to watch boys too. Okay. Definitely keep going within, or it will start to leak out. Okay? That's just a little reminder. I feel like someone around you may be a little green with envy right now, and I'll explain more about that here in a sec, but just a heads up. Okay, moving on to scarlet red. I'm gonna turn on my heater. One moment. It is cold. I know, baby. Okay. I had heard this is your last straw. And I feel like y'all are just done caving. Y'all are done enabling. Y'all are done allowing mistreatment at the very least. I got scarlet red, and the symbolism behind that is courage, sacrifice, power and authority, honor and integrity, betrayal, desire and passion, love versus lust, hate and wrath, and of course, revenge. In terms of chakras, red can definitely symbolize the root chakra, and so this brings into question one's own physical needs, safety, and security. Symptoms y'all are probably experiencing, which can point to a blocked root chakra, can be greed, strong anger, lust, fatigue, poor circulation, and possible issues with the legs, feet, and lower back. Yoga, breathwork, physical exercise, and even dancing can help right now. Definitely talk to a therapist, psychiatrist, or doctor if need be, okay? With that, some red crystals we can take into account are red jasper, red carnelian, garnet, ruby, apatite, labradorite, coral, red tiger's eye, sunstone, hematoid, aka fire quartz. Moving on to deep purple and violet. So this can be associated with the crown chakra, and you can think of this as your spiritual antenna, if you will. With that, remember you will pick up on frequencies, downloads, and wisdoms from the cosmos. Violet, the color itself, can be symbolic of luxury, higher wisdom, spiritual prowess and rank, magique, tranquility, royalty, and to me anyway, I think of Prince. Like, purple rain, bro. That's what I think of. Let's see. I also thought of nightshades, such as eggplant, which brings forth the duality of violet. Okay? It can be both beautiful and terrifying. I feel like engaging in simple mindfulness throughout the day as well as meditation will strengthen the crown chakra. Okay? I feel like it is also to be noted here. The 1,000-petal lotus that the crown chakra and its symbology reminds us is that we are literally part of the divine whole. We are all connected. Everything is connected at the end of the day. It is also so for some crystals, amethyst, tanzanite, grape agate, auralite, purple garnet, and purple tourmaline. Okay. With all of that said and done and that color analysis, what you can now expect. This is a very specific scenario, but here we are. One of you or a few of you are about to see a friend for who they are, or a family member. Put it where it fits. It could even be a coworker, a boss, just put it where it fits. I feel like there is this sideways act that they will commit, and they're going to wait until you're alone to do this. They seem to wait until you're alone to keep targeting you, which is definitely bully behavior, okay? Like, they prey on people who seem weak, who they know they can take advantage of, who they can control. And when it feels like they no longer have control or power over that weak individual, they go off. I feel like a few of you are really about to see who this person is, and there's a sideways act that they will commit that you will be tested with. An example, I feel like, maybe for some of you, this could be a friend who is trying to cock block a new relationship and will do things like avidly being rude to your partner, bringing up exes for some of you. I'm getting like, for a very small handful of you, this friend might even be like kind of obsessed with someone you dated and the person that they are dating, more so the person that they're dating, to the point of saving a photo of those two, of that couple, from social media and sending it to you for absolutely no reason at all but to tell you that they look cute together and to try and bait you. Which is weird because, I don't know, that was a really weird scenario. I feel like they may try to embarrass you with old stories or just try to make you look dumb, etc., etc., etc. Another specific message. I'm getting you and someone. This could be someone of the same gender. Y'all got either matching haircuts or you went and got haircuts together, okay? Specifically focused around the health of your hair and restoring the lusciousness to your locks, if you will. Let's say y'all did that and later on you decided to dye or style, especially with heating tools. I'm getting that this other person who you got your hair cut with tried to shame you. They felt ugly, and getting you to chop your hair with them was the closest they could get to taking you down a notch. And so anytime you would do some sort of styling technique to your hair, it would bother them. It would trigger them. Your hair triggered them. Okay. If you or your partner have a business, I'm getting that you may have been shamed for not offering a major discount, which is wild in itself, but okay. If this individual was or is in a relationship, they would consistently compare it to yours, I'm getting. Like, their envy ran so deep that they tried to lie about your partner or had the audacity to try and frame your partner as something that they're not. And it feels like this is a projection since this individual is losing or has lost control over you and your time and your energy. Because you spent a lot of time with them. Almost like a codependency. On top of that, if this isn't a friend, like I said, it could even be family, a coworker, a boss, just put it where it fits. Let's say it is family. I feel like this family member or this family group's love has always been conditional in the sense that there are more often than not strings attached with any good deed or help that they provide. Not only that, but their competence is conditional as well. And this person relies heavily on charm, and I put that in quotes because I feel like even that is dissipating. But they relied heavily on charm and infantilization of oneself to skate by. So, almost like weaponized incompetence. I feel like they could have also relied on looks in the past, and, you know, if so, those looks have already faded and they're really struggling with that. Because they don't really have charm. And they're realizing that. I feel like they're used to being the best in the room. Think like Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite. I'm gonna highlight that because I want to put that preview, that trailer into the video here. Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite. And to like kind of do a short and sweet character analysis on him, he was like that old alpha, okay? Quote, alpha, unquote. Personality who can't seem to move on from the, quote, glory days, unquote. And he'd like literally like make up shit, like I can't remember if it was Napoleon or Kip he was talking to, but like he'd be like standing outside throwing a football, and like I think it was Kip, because Kip at first was like intrigued by him, But Napoleon could see through him, and Napoleon was like, fuck that fool. Whereas Kip, like, wanted to be more like Uncle Rico because he thought Uncle Rico got girls. And he's sitting there with Kip, and he's like, he's looking at this mountain view, and it's obviously far away. And he's like, hey, Kip, you want to see me throw this pigskin over those mountains over there? And, like, that's when it, like, dawns on Kip that, like, this guy is, like, not all he's cracked up to be. He still lets him help him get chick, but it's obvious he's not all he's cracked up to be. Got coffee this time. It is 6:30 in the morning. But yeah, I'm getting that this individual, this group, like, they want to be the smartest, the coolest in the room. It feels like they absolutely need the spotlight on them or they're not happy. Despite this, like, I feel like they require a lot of social lubrication with substances. I feel like they have a lot of self-loathing that they're trying to numb. And again, despite this, they expect everyone around them to take them as they are. Even if they, you know, black out and hurt others in the process, they expect everyone to take them as they are. I feel like this is a person who swears that they've changed and grown, but at the same time, when they see others have changed or grown, I feel like they feel like any real character evolution just seems fake to them. That people are supposed to remain the same and have the same interests, same mannerisms, same hobbies. Like, this person doesn't really believe in growth. I feel like they feel like if people don't stay the same, there's something wrong with them and they've changed and they think they're better. That's what this person feels. I'm also getting that they're one of those, like, trust me, bro, individuals who feel any sort of therapy or growth mindset is just, like, a method for brainwashing. I feel like despite this, everyone outside of them is quote-unquote wrong. Lay down, bubs. Good boy. Or quote-unquote crazy. And they're not afraid to have someone committed to a psychiatric ward for non-compliance. I feel like this is an authoritarian corporal energy, okay? Like, they believe heavily in corporal punishment. And I feel like they desperately are grasping at straws when it comes to control, especially when it comes to other people. Okay? But yet they lack any sense of self-control. And that is where weaponized incompetence comes in, especially if they are inebriated. Pay attention. Hey, sir. Off the bed, leave her alone. Come on. Stinky. Thank you, Kachita. 1 second, y'all.
Dong, creating an S-ling to devour the moon. How could that possibly save anyone? The ancient text says to gather the one Shang power to resist the dark.
But Nikki, don't you think it's strange? Mia always followed the rules. She lived according to the script. So why did she grow a mask too? Chroma only said the one Shang power could lift the curse, but when did she ever say what the curse truly was? It was only after I read that ancient text that I understood. We were stone statues to begin with, and the Dark's curse was life itself. Life gave us consciousness.
How could life be a curse?
If that's true, then when Chroma said she would lift the curse, she meant she'd turn everyone back into stone?
But ever since the moon flares began, the chroma faces have been getting weaker. That's undeniable. There must still be some truths we haven't uncovered. You can't just devour the moon.
But Mia can't wait any longer. All I know is, when I finished my first sculpture, and when I first got to call her my sister, I was happy. Even if we are only stones. I want to live. I want to sculpt my own shape with my own hands. I want to take back our lives from Chroma. Mine and Mia's. If I can't devour the moon, I'm going to the Johua Pavilion to confront Chroma myself.
Shigandong!
He caused the moon flames. He said Nikki didn't cause them, and that she was a good person, so doesn't that make him the bad guy? Shouldn't he be stopped? But he's shining too.
We need to find out the truth before we decide what to do. We've never even seen Chroma's true form. We've only ever heard about her. She isn't going to be easy for Shigandong to find. Before then, we need to bring the materials back and perform the operation. Then we can get little Jade out of Momo's belly. That's the priority.
Yeah! Luckily, everything he dug up was spit out by the cauldron. Let's return these amberwood fragments to the echo wood and have them separate everything.
That life itself is the curse?
All they can remember is Chroma once saying the one Shang power springs from life.
Wait a minute, I'm confused. One side says that the Dark's curse is life itself, and the other side says that the power that lifts the curse comes from life. Somebody's gotta be wrong here.
That question seems hard for them to answer, because their lives aren't whole. Their bodies were destroyed, so they can't even comprehend the vastness of heaven and earth. Their minds are so fragmented that they don't even understand how time passes. Chroma said they can perceive the One Xiang, but they cannot give birth to the One Xiang power.
Even I can sense how much they're hurting.
I think I understand why life is the curse now. The Dark gave the statues life, but trapped them within their stone forms. The true curse isn't life itself. It's the pain of being alive, yet unable to grow. It's the struggle against stillness. They've been imprisoned here this entire time, unable to make their voices heard by other chroma faces. They must be in so much pain.
No, not anymore. Chroma has already repaired them, and you healed their new wounds. They're not in pain anymore.
But pain and suffering aren't the same thing.
They've been growing all along, Nikki. The worn straw sandals, the broken pickaxe, the fragments of masks used to pray for their loved ones, the lanterns blown away by the mind, and shattered statues. Amber wraps around these things, so we are also the memories of those who came and went.
Oh, is that what it means to perceive the Wan Xiang?
Nikki, they say, we remember you, like the stars in the night sky. Those marks of healing are yours alone.
And I'll remember you too. I'm glad we met. Now that we've healed our friend here, we've just got one more surgery to perform. Momo, let's bring all of these materials back to Baiqiao Hall.
Sorry about that, y'all. I am back. Yeah, I feel like despite this, everyone outside of them is quote-unquote wrong or quote-unquote crazy, and they're not afraid to have someone admitted to a psychiatric ward for quote-unquote non-compliance. Isn't that wild? There are people like this out there. I feel like this is definitely an authoritarian corporal energy, and they want control desperately, especially when it comes to controlling others. But they lack any sense of self-control. And this is where the weaponized incompetence, comes in, especially if inebriated. No matter what their gender, I feel like they are incredibly misogynistic too, and just have zero respect for women. And honestly, this person is just not a safe person, or this group, these individuals, they are not safe people. Let's see. Don't try and reason or argue with them, because I feel like no matter what, you will always just be wrong to them. No matter what, even if you're not, you're just wrong. You can literally have proof of something, but you will always be made to look crazy or like the bad guy. And honestly, it's their loss. Okay, so I channeled here, obviously, Bad Guy by Billie Eilish, as well as the song Whore by In This Moment. Their karma is to be forced into hermit mode and loneliness in order to look within. The divine are tired of watching them use and abuse people that they keep sending in to help this person. And this person just throws it away. The divine are tired of that. From Horror, I got just now specifically the chorus. Where is the laptop? I think it's, I am the dark you created. I am your sin, I am your whore. But let me tell you something, baby. You love me for what you hate me for. Or you love me for everything you hate me for. Damn, that's a heavy one. But yeah, I feel like that's you guys. And if you ever listen to In This Moment, especially that song, it's not necessarily to say that, like, you know, she's actually a whore or anything, but that she realizes that this is how this other being thinks of her, and so she's making satire out of it. Because she's like, I feel like you're kind of stupid for even thinking this way. But anyway, I feel like I'm getting that they would often triangulate, not just you, but other people. Like, this was one of their favorite things to do, and they did it for sport. But they'd often triangulate to get others to quote-unquote cooperate. They are about to lose their little triangle of trust too. Their little flying monkeys that they would send to triangulate you. Detaching. This person could be a Gemini, or some air signs are heavily aspected in their chart. I say Gemini specifically because they feel a lot like Jekyll and Hyde. But they lean more toward the Hyde aspect. And if you are aware of that story, like, these were two personalities within one man. And the Hyde personality was evil and scary and monstrous. And I'm not saying this person or this group is evil, but rather they do lean toward those more cluster B tendencies like Hyde, whereas the cluster A tendencies were more towards Jekyll. I feel like they have been consumed and possessed by their own darkness, in a sense, okay? Their own shadow, and now they have to sit with it. Like, that's... The divine kept trying and trying and trying, and this is pretty much like this person getting put into timeout before any other last resorts. Like, this is a last resort. I just heard everything that happened to me is yours times 3. Maybe some of y'all are doing like return to senders here. And if so, good luck to them. That's all I can say. Nonetheless, some amazing luck is rolling in for you. Okay. Ooh, I didn't highlight that. Moving on to 444. As we know, 4 is related to Uranus, so Aquarius domicile, Leo detriment, Scorpio exalt, Taurus fall. In response to this envious friend, family member, group, boss, whomever, you're going to move quietly. This is sleeping or dormant lion or tiger energy. Watching, waiting, calculating. You're not hurting them, nor will you let pride, greed, or revenge get in the way. No, you're playing this game that they initiated with strategy and quiet cunning. You're essentially biding your time and redirecting when necessary until you can get away safely without causing major harm, nor going round and round with them. I heard to let the cat out of the bag would be to one's own detriment. Keep doing what you're doing and move silently, okay? The blessings you've been rewarded from angel number 31 are literally none of their business, and I'm getting that they are nosy as fuck, and they are also very clever when they want to be, and there's that Gemini energy, that duality of the weaponized incompetence as well as the borderline genius, the whole Jekyll and Hyde. They are clever when they want to be. So even hiding your blessings and plans can feel like mental gymnastics for you because they keep prying and poking. Don't gush, don't gloat right now, just keep out of their spotlight. With that, I channeled the song Spotlight by Marshmello featuring Lil Peep. Specifically the lyrics, and if I'm taking this the wrong way, I feel like this is you. And if I'm taking this the wrong way, I hope you know you can tell me whatever you're thinking. It's when you put me in the spotlight, and this is them. I hope you know I'm faded all of this liquor I'm drinking. When the moon hits your skin, I can see you and him, not you and me. I feel like this can even be an X for some of you, just put it where it fits. Honestly, I'm just getting that you have tons of motherfucking peeps. We channel Little Peep. But tons of peeps who are just envious of you if you're in a relationship, your relationship, or both. You and the relationship and your person. And, you know, I'm getting this person might even like be trying to go into competition with you and your person simultaneously, but there is none. There is none. I feel like you're already doing what you need to do. Be proud of yourself. We cannot control most situations, but we can definitely control how we react to them. Be proud of yourself for not fucking blowing your top. With that, a little tidbit, a little random hint. This may help you in the future if they keep coming at you. Our perfectionism can cause us to lose track of time because we are too busy worrying about the details. We all have the same hours in a day. This isn't to say to do everything half-assed, but rather to do your best and try not to get bogged down by the little details. This is for someone here who feels like there's not enough time in the day. Because there is, I promise. And a lot of it just takes a solid plan. As well as help. I also channeled this specifically because we were watching Zombieland this previous weekend. Columbus's character in Zombieland, he has a rigid system of rules to survive. which, you know, I kind of don't blame him. He's a loner, always has been, but not necessarily by choice, but instead, again, to survive. Day to day, even before, okay? Even before the zombie contamination, like, this dude just was a loner by survival. So by the end of the movie, he realizes that his coping skills may have been helpful in the beginning. Okay, those perfect rules definitely helped him survive in the beginning. But in a world where he was forced into isolation and it wasn't by choice, he realized he took companionship for granted, and that without others on his team in his support system, he might as well just be surviving. Or in his words, he might as well just be a zombie, much like the zombies that surrounded him. What day is it? Is it Saturday? Oh, it's Friday. Happy Friday, y'all. Okay. With that, what deck do I want to use? I'll probably use my Disney villains. Okay. Is this it? Our mantra. I cloak myself in a chiffon of pink. I ask my spirit guides, ancestors, deities, angels, and Mother Nature ground me in a protective glimmer, so I may think and so that I may shimmer. I am your oracle of the light, your seer in the dark. Please grant me that creative spark and allow me to bask in your divine essence through this confusion and stark. I am you, and you are me. Voice through me these messages you wish to speak, and blessed be. And so it be like that sometimes. Ayy. Some of y'all are moving. Y'all are moving. Moving, grooving. 'Cause we're moving, we're grooving, we're dancing to the music. I think that's how it goes. Play that funky music, white boy. Play that funky music back. Maybe you guys like that song. I don't know. I don't listen to that song. Okay, this is the Disney Villains Tarot deck. I love it because it comes with this cute little bookmark. Thank you to my fiance for getting me this. This is by Minerva Siegel with illustrations by Ali Goldwyn. Comes with this nice little guidebook. Beautiful. All right. Let's get into it. I hope y'all are having a wonderful start to your weekend. I just have this sense of, like, you know, despite, like, the energy of that envious person, that envious group, I really do have a sense of optimism here. We did see the sun in our last reading, and we were talking about how you were going to learn how to find your joy again and how you're on the pursuit of happiness. I feel like if it's not already here, it's right around the corner. I do want to remind us that happiness is not a destination, but a way of being. However, sometimes it is our environment that contributes to our lack of. Okay. I want to cut the deck. There's that Eight of Swords right at the cut here. As well as Four of Cups. Look how drunk this fool is. I'm just saying, he's all baracho. Baracho! Híjole! Okay. The diviner telling me to stop fucking around. Okay, I'll start shuffling. Y'all, we got last week that Ace of Coins in reverse. It is upright today. It is upright. Y'all are not throwing away opportunities anymore. You are not going out of your way to, I heard fight the good fight, whatever the fuck that means, but you are not going out of your way to go round and round and fight with these motherfuckers, because you are not in competition with anybody but yourself. Every day you want to be a better you, and that is exactly why these opportunities are coming in. I love that. Anyway, no specific spread. Let's go ahead and get some more cards. Oh my goodness, the Empress is out here and she's upright today. Y'all, I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. I feel like, the whole, this is the final straw. Like the straw that broke the camel's back. Like you finally saying like, no, I'm not dealing with this bullshit. I'm not enabling this person. I'm done. I feel like that in itself provided y'all an opportunity in order to leave. We're gonna keep on going with the cards and pull a few more, but holy shit. Holy shit. This is so exciting. I'm really happy for y'all. I feel the need to do this one more time, so we'll do this. This is so exciting. Get in there. What else does the Divine want to tell us? It's a lot of cards, but I'll take it. Three of Swords in reverse. The Devil. The Five of Coins. You left that constraint, that control, that controlling individual in the dark. You're leaving them in the dust, and they can no longer depend on you to, be their therapist, to fucking heal them while they keep fucking stabbing you in the heart and ripping it out and acting like a whole ass demon. Look at that. They can fight their own demons on their own with the Five of Coins. They can be out on a vision quest on their own. They're not dragging you into any bullshit anymore. Look at him. He's getting defeated right there. That is the moment of defeat right there. And this person is probably feeling a lot of defeat, and that's kind of on them. They may be, playing the victim, playing the martyr, and even saying like, oh, well, this person, they just, they're crazy. They are causing so many problems with everybody. Every day it's something, blah, 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 blah. In reality, this person is constantly stirring the pot. Constantly. And they are trying to not only paint you in a different light to others, they are trying to get you to see yourself in a different light, which is why we kept getting the Empress in reverse, and now finally you see yourself for who you are. The Empress is upright today. All I can say is good luck to this person. Good luck. I was watching this show with my fiance called 60 Days In. And in this show, if you have not seen it, it essentially is centered around these individuals who are planted within these jail systems. And they go in undercover as inmates to scout for drugs, scout for any sort of, discrepancies or dangers or anything of that nature. But they're also analyzing how the correctional officers, the deputies, the sergeants, what have you, medical staff, all of that. They're analyzing the sort of care that the inmates are getting as well, or lack thereof. There was one plant. His name is Corey. And poor thing. Like, it was a rough time for him. And he realized while he was there that being alone in a cell was literally, like, driving him mad. And watching that made me realize that a lot of people, like, can get that way when they're alone. Like, I seem to forget that, like, not everybody is comfortable with being alone. It can be, like, excruciatingly hard for some people to be alone and to face their demons and to pry within their own minds, especially when they act how this group acted. Now you're leaving them in the cold. They're losing their fucking flying monkeys, 5 of coins. They're probably losing their material items too. You know, if they own a home, they probably are no longer going to own a home. They're going to have to downgrade. They're going to have to figure out how to pinch pennies because you were also aiding their financial, their pocket. You were putting money into their pocket and they were burning it. Meanwhile, they kept trying to come at you and say you were financially irresponsible. This is the whole over now scenario where Post Malone is saying in the chorus, I'ma pull up in a Bentley, slam my door, come out, everybody watching, and help another bitch out the whip, and I don't give a fuck if you don't like it. Oh wait, I'ma pull up, slam the door, and have 100,000 in my pocket, and help another bitch out the whip, and I don't give a fuck if you don't like it. Just to show you that it's over, I don't give a fuck what you gotta say about it. And then he's referencing himself in these next lines, but he says, I'm gonna put that bitch pussy in a motherfucking body bag. And that's you at yourself, because again, you're really self-critical. And just because you had so much care and compassion and love and empathy toward this individual, that doesn't make you a pussy. Anyway, he says, I'm gonna put that bitch pussy in a motherfucking body bag. So you know that I'm never ever coming back. Had your heart on the counter in a Prada bag. I used to never ever want to see the light of day. Yeah, I was an idiot, begging on my knees onto the floor. Now I don't even want you anymore. I feel like this is just your attitude. Like, you know, if people are with the fuck shit, like, you're like, I don't want anything to do with that. Like, that has nothing to do with me. I have nothing to do with that. I'm good on my side. If you really want to be with the fuck shit, you could do that on your own. I'm not here to fucking save everybody. You are not Captain Save-A-Ho. That's what I heard. You are realizing you are not Captain Save-A-Ho. I thank you. Let's get another line. Y'all, I'm sorry if, like, my words are kind of, like, smooshing and blending together. Your girl did... Oh, look, there he is again. I'm gonna just pull this out. This is them. This is them right now. They think that... They have no idea, like, the blessings that are coming in for you. They think that, you know, because they got the last word, because they went out of their way to try and hurt you one last time, and to, again, assert that dominance and control over you, they legit think they won. And they are not only inebriated, but I feel like they're drunk on their own power. And they are acting very belligerently, and even those who typically agree with them are like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Anyway, they're going to be facing a lot of rejection, especially for if they had put you, especially if this is a parent or, you know, a friend or someone who continuously breadcrumbed you just enough to keep you around. That's happening to them. Watch. If you want to. You don't have to. But if you, you know, do feel that need to see, grab your popcorn. Because it's about to happen. It's about to go down. Like, this person has no idea. I feel like this person is also someone who just doesn't care about other people's safety. Like, for instance, like, if this person, you know, let's say they ask someone for help and they need help financially. And so this person moves in and they are helping them financially. All of a sudden, the person who asked person B to move in, person A no longer needs help. So person A decides they want to discard person B, despite there was that mutuality there in which you were to help each other. Person B knew not to trust person A, but person B still did. I feel like this is a wild lesson for the both of you. You really needed to see who this individual, this group, who they were at the core. Because otherwise I feel like you would have kept fucking with them and you would have kept fucking around and finding out, and it just would have gotten worse and worse and worse. But I feel like you are really getting privy to how this shit is playing out, and you're just not with the bullshit anymore. You're not down with the fuck shit. You're just letting them, you know, with the devil, 4 cups. You're gonna let them, you know, be whoever the fuck they want to be, reject themselves in the process, and drink themselves into oblivion, and that is not your fucking problem anymore. This could also be other substances. I'm just assuming alcohol because look at Captain Hook. Captain Hook looks drunk as fuck, and he loved to get drunk. He and Mr. Sneed, they loved getting drunk on that ship. This person might be driving drunk. They are probably going to get caught driving drunk. If I get the chariot out here, especially reverse, I know that's confirmation. But something tells me that this person frequently drives drunk. Knight of Coins in reverse. Yeah, they refuse to just be stuck. They'd rather go fuck around and find out. You refuse to be stuck too. You're not gonna be stuck with this person anymore. Uh-oh. I just dropped a bunch of coins. Or a bunch of cards. Call them coins. Okay. Give me 2 more, please. 2 more cards. That's all I need. Eight of Swords. King of Swords. I can't see very well, sorry. I thought that was the 8 of Swords. Oh, not a couple. Oh, this is one of the cards that fell out. Queen of Coins. Look at her. She has a gator at her feet. That is the divine protecting y'all. Some of y'all might even have a familiar. Some of y'all may be from Florida. Go Florida Gators if so. But some of y'all might like that brand Acosta or whatever it's called with the gator and the polos, but that is the spirit that is protecting you right now. You have the spirit of the gator protecting you. Ain't nobody getting near you right now. And the interesting part of gators, or part about gators, is that they reside in both land and water. They're that in between. And that's another reason why you can see this as the divine. You, my friend, are going to be in your Queen of Coins energy. And again, blessings upon blessings are going to be raining on you. Like, we're going to get deeper into it next reading, because I already, like, I kid you not, I already have downloads for that one written out. And I'm still layering on, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying. Where do they start? I started getting these downloads for the next reading February 3rd, so 2 days ago. Crazy. The other cards we had gotten are the Fool and the Six of Coins in reverse. That unequal give and take. I'm putting this right under the Five of Coins. And remember, we also got the Knight of Coins in reverse and the Fool. This is your new beginning, and I feel like in order to get here, you had a choice. Okay, because we have the Knight of Coins in reverse, the Queen of Coins, the Six of Coins in reverse, and the Fool. Put that on that side, so I'll put it the way it would be if it was mirrored. There. Okay? I like how Kronk is the Fool. He is so fun. The message here is essentially you took a leap of faith into the divine's arms, essentially, into the divine's protection. You could have either stayed stuck, because I'm getting that this tie you had to this devil individual, this Four of Cups inebriated person, this tie that you had to them was pretty strong. It could have been, you know, in terms of security, such as a job or your home or auto, or they could have even been like a landlord or something. But I feel like your security was in their hands in that sense. And, you know, maybe they would play with that and dangle it like a carrot in front of your face if you did not act accordingly, quote unquote. If you were, quote unquote, non-compliant or you didn't listen. I feel like this person expected a lot out of you, but they also expected you to put up and shut up and to stay silent. And you literally had to make a choice that was incredibly scary for you, that literally felt like, you know, jumping off of a cliff into the divine's arms. You could have stayed stuck, or you could have trusted the divine, and you trusted the divine. You chose to trust the divine. Oh my gosh. Okay. Strength in reverse. King of Cups. They no longer have a hold on you. They do not have a hold on you, nor your emotions, nor your heart anymore. They cannot control you. They are realizing they lost total control. Captain Hook does not look mad, or does not look happy here. He got his cup, though. I feel like it's the whole Jekyll and Hyde thing again, you know, like the and that Gemini type deal where, like, maybe sometimes they're a really happy drunk, or maybe sometimes they just are fucking pissed. And everybody gets the brunt of it, and it's very uncertain. It feels like you're walking on eggshells. You don't know how each night is going to be, or, each day, or, if you're going to have your place the next day. It is just very unstable. And you didn't deserve that. And this person is definitely going to have to answer for what they did to the divine. We can see alligators here again. Strength in reverse. They need to get a hold of themselves, and the divine are reminding them that. Like, hey dude, this is all to encourage them to become, instead of the King of Cups in reverse like we saw last week, a King of Cups upright. This is to teach them to have their own strength and resilience and resourcefulness rather than relying on you. And I just heard parentifying, so maybe parentifying you. Maybe this was a parent and you were parenting them, reparenting them. Cooking, cleaning, maybe you were Cinderella'd or Cinderfella'd. I don't know. Maybe your boss had you doing work they should have been doing. I don't know. Maybe your landlord had you doing repairs all over the house and paying for them. I don't know. Whatever it is, though, they get to face that now. And look how big those smiles are. The divine are eager to get this person in their clutches and to really show them, I heard quote unquote a good time, but I don't think it's going to be fun, personally. A lot of aspects of this situation just were not fair. And I feel like with this being the coins, the 6 of coins, I feel like you offered this person a lot of charity. And you were very generous with someone who just kept taking. And they didn't know when to stop taking. And they offered little to nothing. I am so sorry that you had to deal with a person like this. That's tough. Okay. Let's pull from our mini tarot deck. That is by Dennis Fairchild and Julie Poshkiss. I will grab it here in just a sec. Your Ace of Coins is on the way. It is on the way. I'm gonna pull up in a Bentley with a fucking 100,000 in my pocket. Yeah. I'm gonna pull up some of the doors. What does he say? I'm stunting with everybody watching. Yeah. And help another bitch out the whip, and I don't give a fuck if you don't like it. Yeah. Just to show you that it's alright. It don't matter what you gotta say about it. I love that song. It is so fun. Okay, let's see, it looks like, there we go. This is my mini tarot deck by Dennis Fairchild and Julie Poshkiss. Look at that, Queen of Pentacles. Y'all might be a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, or that might be heavily aspected in your chart, sidereal or tropical. Put it where it fits. Okay, those cards flipped over. I will take those, and then I will keep shuffling. The cards that had fallen out were 3 of Wands in reverse, the Ace of Cups, and the Magician. Kind of going off of these right now, I feel like y'all were feeling really discouraged because at first you didn't, see your offerings, your blessings, coming in. And I feel like y'all recently decided to, especially with the Ace of Cups, I feel like this is incredibly reciprocal. And that's why we have that sandwich between 3 of Wands in reverse and the Magician. I feel like y'all decided maybe it was finally time to reach out to the divine and ask for help. Y'all put pride aside, and I'm proud of you. And you were like, I am struggling to do this on my own. I'm not seeing my ships come in. You know, please give me a guiding hand. Here is this offering. You know, maybe you gave them some food or put some, you know, honey on your altar or something. I don't know. I don't know who you pray to. Nonetheless, it worked. It worked. That is exactly what you needed to do. You just needed to ask for a little bit of help, my friend. You are getting your mojo back. You are getting your groove back. And you are transmutating all of this negativity that has been sent to you with the divine. You both are transmutating this energy. And it's beautiful. And that's also why you see the magician holding the sign that is both female and male. We have yin and yang, we have the sun. We have that little ball that represents both female and male aspects, the androgynous aspects, if you will. The merging of energies, of masculine and feminine energies, and the transmutation within that. That's so beautiful. Good for y'all. Good for y'all. I feel like not only is this you giving offerings to the divine, but it's the divine offering you help as well. It's a double entendre here, okay? A little bit of double meaning here. Let's get a couple more cards. Cool. And then what's this? That flipped over? We'll put those at the bottom then. Wow. Okay. So we have 7 of Cups. We have the 6 of Wands. Like, you have no idea what kind of accolades, what kind of success is literally right around the corner for you. Page of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, all of your hard work, all of these seeds you have been sowing, my friend. This is amazing. For overall energy, we have the 5 of Pentacles again. Another Gator. This is the divine saying, like, dude, like, we will do our best to help you with divine intervention, but you have to ask us. We cannot remove something or knock an obstacle from your path or even aid with that without you asking for help. But now, as the divine is symbolic of the gator here, in fact, I want to look up the symbolism of the gator. Where is that laptop? Is it on his side? Oh, yeah, it is. Sorry, Kachita, it's just Mama. Okay, let's look at the symbolism of the gator. I feel like that's your spirit animal right now. Excuse me. Symbolism of the gator. The alligator symbolizes primordial power, stealthy patience, and primal survival. Often acting as a guardian of ancient wisdom and secrets. Revered in Native American traditions for representing adaptability and balance, the alligator also embodies transformation, protection, and the ability to navigate murky subconscious emotions. Let's see, gator. Spirit Guide. The Gator Spirit Guide symbolizes strength, protection, and deep ancient wisdom, acting as a guardian that connects physical and spiritual realms. As a totem, it teaches patience, adaptability, and the power of stillness, encouraging you to wait for the right moment to act decisively. And that's exactly what we were talking about. And I feel like the divine have been acting out of the spirit of the gator on both ends, for both you and, this op or adversary or whatever you want to call them. I don't care. This karmic individual or group. I personally don't care. The divine are here in the spirit of the gator. This is the fourth gator we have got in this reading. They are fucking not with the fuck shit, and they will knock that shit right off of your path. They will also protect your blessings for you. Like, they are done fucking around when it comes to you. And you're about to see that. Overall energy on the other side is Queen of Pentacles again. In the Disney Villains deck, let me pull out that card. Again, the Queen of Pentacles is being protected by gators. And that is the overall energy here. Amazing. Absolutely beautiful. Where is it? There she is. You, my friend, should look a little more deeper into that, because I feel like the symbolism of the gator is really important to you right now. She has her gator at her feet. In the Disney Villains deck, the strength card is 2 gators. Her 2 gators. I feel called to read about that. But anyway, 5 of coins, gator, Queen of coins. And this was for overall energy. You are meant to embody this Queen of Coins energy. They are going to protect your blessings. You are meant to receive. You deserve to be treated this way too. You pedestal so many people, my friend, and that is so precious and so lovely, but please continue sowing those seeds within yourself as well. The divine are inviting you to look at how far you've come, how amazing you're doing, and to be excited about the future, because even if you don't see it, success is on the way. I feel like people might even be recognizing you for this whole situation, and for, it seems almost serendipitous the way things are playing out. Like, again, you took a major leap of faith, and I feel like this person, this King of Cups in reverse, this devil figure, right? I feel like they really wanted to rock the boat, and they really wanted to rock your world. I heard enjoy death. And I'm hearing that this person literally said this to you. While smiling, smirking at you, expecting you to end up in the back of a car. Which is, again, referring to that song Whore. You probably thought I'd never get this far. You probably thought I'd end up in the back of a car. That is so... Fuck this person is all I can say. My friend, you are heavily protected and you are being guided right now. Keep asking for help, and the divine will keep presenting it. They will be happy to. And not only that, if you are in a relationship, and it's healthy, I feel like the difference is like night and day in terms of like how, especially if like, you know, the King of Cups in reverse is of the, you know, same gender as the Emperor in your life. I feel like, because we got the Emperor last week, and the theme is figuring out who is Emperor versus who is the King of Cups in reverse, and who to accept help from. You're accepting help from that Emperor. Not only that, but the Divine are ushering this situation into fruition, because they're tired of people fucking with that too. It feels like y'all just keep sowing these seeds, and y'all, you know, maybe you continuously save up, and then a situation comes up with this other individual, and all of a sudden that money is just falling into this pit. I feel like this individual that you have been dealing with is a money pit, and you haven't even realized that. Like, I'm getting that if they're a landlord, the rent you've been paying, it is not worth it. Like, there's probably broken windows. I'm getting that it's not even like properly insulated. It's probably moldy and dusty and gross. And they're still charging you without fixing anything. In fact, they want you to fix it. Like, I'm getting that this could be a parent, again, who expected you to do all of the cooking and all of the cleaning and would still antagonize you. Would still be like, oh, I don't like that. And it's like, well, I'm not a kitchen dude, so figure it the fuck out. I'm not a restaurant, figure it the fuck out. I feel like there's just so much nasty, ingrained misogyny here that y'all are weeding through, and y'all are really seeing the difference between, again, who is in that Emperor energy and who is just in their King of Cups in reverse energy. That whole alpha, quote unquote, alpha male mentality, right? Okay. I don't have the energy for all of that. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I don't like being in this person's energy. The Divine are here to remind you, you are the Empress, you know, whatever gender you are about to be in receiving energy. And then with the Queen of Pentacles as well as the Ace of Pentacles out here. And then we got the Ten of Pentacles last week and the Sun last week. Like, you are getting incredibly lucky cards, especially from the Major Arcana, which is incredibly rare. I feel like the Divine are just trying to remind you, like, it's right around the corner. Even if you don't see everything that's going on, they are pulling the strings in the background to make sure you're good. No matter what, they are going to ensure you are good. This person, they wanted to see you down and out. I feel like you were already down and out when they connected with you, and they took advantage of that. This is their karma. This is their karma. They get to be alone and deal with their demons by themselves. And if that is not natural consequences, I don't know what is. People just need to get with the program. I know that hurt people, but we are all adults here. You know, once you're fucking past the age of 25, I feel like it's time for you to fucking take initiative. Even before then. But the age of 25 is when science says that your brain is apparently done developing. Especially emotionally. But if you are past the age of 25 and you're acting up, the whole hurt people thing, no. Hurt people need to do the inner work and find guidance if necessary. Okay, with that, let's go ahead and dip out. Let's close it up. By all that is divine, I will now close and exit this reading. Thank you for illuminating the path and for not retreating. Our session has now come to an end, and this advice I shall not bend. Please be safe on your path and keep me safe in the aftermath, and blessed be, and so it be like that sometimes. My precious little enigmas breaking stigmas. People are going to be celebrating you with that Six of Wands that came out. They are going to be giving you your accolades. They are going to be celebrating you for getting out of this particular situation. Because lo and behold, many people probably would not be able to hang the way you did in this situation. They would not have been able to keep their calm, their cool. They would not have been able to keep their grace while still giving this person the truth and telling them, you know, as Brittany the Cosmic Intuitive says, telling them where to go and how to get there. You do not need to be a doormat. You are done showing your fucking underbelly. You guys, like, I am so fucking proud of you. Because that's not easy. Let me connect with you face to face for a bit. Obviously, I'm waking up. Good morning, I got my coffee. But, y'all, you deserve to be treated a lot better, especially because of how y'all treat others. And this isn't just to gas you up or fucking blow your head up. This is true. You are a genuinely good human being. You are kind to people. You are gentle. You take into consideration how others may feel about a situation, or how your actions may affect others down the road, how the ripple effect or the butterfly effect comes into play. Y'all are the exact opposite of selfish, and this selfish individual who is truly selfish, who has to literally boast about every good deed that they fucking do in order to feel like a good person, while still tearing down other good people to make themselves feel better. That's not a good person. That is not a good person. This individual y'all have been dealing with, the strides you have been taking in order to keep your cool, that is amazing. And if no one else congratulates you, I'm here to congratulate you, and so is the divine. But I have a feeling other people are going to hear about what happened, and that's going to set in motion the disbanding of this little triangle of trust, or this group of flying monkeys that this individual would sick on everybody. Even the people who, you know, were in addiction with them and would enable them and just sit on the phone, you know, gossiping and talking shit. Even those people are starting to get sick of this person. You handled this with a lot of grace. You handled this as well as you could. You are growing and you're maturing, and I'm really proud of you. Y'all are cutting people off with the quickness, and you're learning how to identify the Empress from the King of Cups in reverse. I feel like some of you have already met your Emperor, and you both are going far. And this King of Cups in reverse sees that, and they're envious of that. It's that crabs in a bucket mentality that we talked about last week. They feel like, if I can't have it, you can't have it. Why do you think you deserve that? What makes you better than me? That's how they feel. Nonetheless, I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, or whenever I post this. So just have a wonderful week, wonderful day. I will be back. I will be back before you know it. I'm really proud of you guys. All right.
When the time comes.
Catch you later.
Everyone on that float is a dying chromaphase, Remember to keep your mouths shut tight. Don't let anything slip, not even a word. You'll only get this one chance.
Thank you, Miss Jin. We'll be extra careful.
I'll be as quiet as a pebble. You won't hear a peep out of me.
If there's only one opportunity for this, then it's possible Shigondong could be on the float as well?
It's unlikely. I've had people looking all over for him. There hasn't been any sign of him, not in Gongming Gorge or Zaiye. He's probably already found another way to the Zhouhua Pavilion. He's been with the Zhouhua Bureau for so long, he must know that place inside out. It's going to be rather difficult to find him.
No matter. There aren't many places he can go. He can't hide forever. The problem is that we really don't know our way around the Zhouhua Pavilion, and I don't think little Jade remembers much either. Do you have any ideas for us, Nikki?
I have an idea. Why don't we start by finding your friend Li Dong? He's been at the Zhouhua Pavilion for ages. He must know it inside and out, and he's got experience with the chromatic guards. More importantly, he probably knows a lot of things we want to know, right?
Excellent. When the time comes, we'll split up and look for Li Dong. That way, we'll have our bases covered.
That's the Nikki I know. Once we find Li Dong, that troublemaker Shigondong won't stand a chance.
He's honest and stubborn to the bone, but in the end, he's just like us. He's just another poor soul driven mad by centuries of the curse. I can only hope he doesn't do something unforgivable.
Don't worry, Miss Jin. Nikki's the best. And we've got Tan Yo-Yo, too. Together, there's no stopping us.
It's getting late. We'd better go catch the float to the Zhouhua Pavilion. I'll save my speech for the victory banquet. Of course, if you're willing to pay overtime, I'll work even harder.